Did you know that the Five Guys that you get every other week comes to over 2,000 calories? And I'm not saying that to scare you, but what I am going to do is show you how you can half that and half that again and get a whole Five Guys meal in under 600 calories. Yes, that's a burger, a double burger, some fries, and of course a milkshake. We can't forget the milkshake for under 600 calories. And I'm going to show you that it actually doesn't taste that much different. And it means, of course, you can enjoy Five Guys without having all the calories, and for all you lot, lose fat at the same time, which is a win-win everywhere. So to make sure we're doing this properly, we're going to order a Five Guys, we're going to make our own, and we're going to do the ultimate taste test at the end to see which one actually wins and whether there's actually much of a difference. And of course, for you guys, you're going to get a banging recipe, a very entertaining video of me trying to test them both, and you're also going to know how to make a good fakeaway for all the Friday nights when you're craving something other than your boring chicken and rice. So let's go on the app now and let's see what the crack is. We're going to go with a cheeseburger, which is 811 calories, mayo, pickles, tomato, and grilled onions and ketchup. We're also going to get some regular Five Guys fries, which is over 1,000 calories for some fries. Absolutely bonkers. And for our drink, we're going to get a milkshake, because you can't go to Five Guys without a milkshake. Regular milkshake, 625 calories. We'll go with salted caramel, which adds another 181 calories on there. That's our basket done. £27 and 91 pence and easily over 2,000 calories. And let's wait for that bad boy to come. We have about half an hour until that comes. So in that half an hour, we're going to make our own. So let's go. We've got the goods. It smells amazing, but we're going to open it up and see what we've got. First thing in the bag is our double cheeseburger stack. Although it looks absolutely amazing. Oh, look at that cheese. I definitely think we could make better. For way better bang for our buck. Then we've got our fries, which apparently for that cup of fries comes to over 1,000 calories. How insane. And then last but not least, we've got the star of the show, our salted caramel milkshake. So let's get rid of this and let's go and quarter the calories. First of all, we've got our fries. Now these from Five Guys are deep fat fried in peanut oil. They taste amazing, but is one cup like that worth 1,000 calories? Definitely not when we can make just as much for literally a fraction of those calories. Okay, step number one is fries. You get so many fries to feed a freaking street. There are far too many fries in that bag. You never know where to stop. So today we're going to make my ultimate fry. We're going to grab a potato. It's going to be around about 250 grams for your potato. Mine is on the dot. Beautiful. Then we're going to simply chop it up into fry shapes. So the more even you get these, obviously the better they will cook. So I'm going to chop it down the middle and simply slice them into fry-like shapes. It doesn't matter if they're not perfect. We're here for it to taste good, not for it to be perfect. So there's our fries, and we should be looking like this type of shape. Nice and thin. From here, we're just gonna grab any old tray that you've got banging around. Grab yourself a spray oil and oil it up. Bang them straight in the tray. Like a little bit more oil all over the top. Then we're gonna go in with some really simple spices. You don't have to overcomplicate it, but this is what makes it taste good. A good bit of salt, a good bit of pepper, and some paprika. Give that another toss about until everything is thoroughly covered. And we're going to make sure every fry is evenly spread out on the tray and bang that straight in the oven. Fries are done, and honestly, they look better than the Five Guys ones. Can you see? I mean, I feel like you could taste that through the screen. That looks unbelievable. Now moving on to the Five Guys cheeseburger. Now the reason that this is 800 calories is because the mince that they use is 80-20, so 20% fat mince. Whereas today, we're going to be using the 5% fat mince. In my opinion, doesn't actually make that much of a difference when we spice it up and cook it properly. Another thing that racks up the calories here is everything is fried in a load of oil, which they'll just slap it on, they'll pour it on, they're using a lot of sauces, full fat mayo, full fat ketchup, everything like that, which when we make it, we're going to use low calorie swaps, and I'll show you every single one. And it might just be a little swap here and a little swap there, but my burger is going to be under 400 calories. So we're halving the calories in half of the burger, and in my opinion, it's going to taste exactly the same. So let's get into it. So for the smash burger, we're just going to get a bowl, and we're going to weigh out 150 grams of the beef mince. And we're going to season it up with a good bit of salt, some pepper, and if you do have garlic powder, whack that in, but I don't have that today, so we're going to go in with my favourite, lazy garlic. And that is literally it. All we're going to do is get your hands and just get all in there. Mash that all up together. Because we want 2 burgers out of this, we're just going to roughly split it into 2 and then roll them into nice balls. Now before we get into smashing the burgers, we're gonna make everything else that the burgers need to go on, so as soon as they are smashed, cheesed and melted, they can go straight into the burger and we can dig in. First of all, we've got our onion, which we're gonna do some fried onions. Just roughly chop that into slices. Along with the onions, we're going to fry off our nice brioche bread. Brioche is the one thing that we couldn't actually make low calorie with the burger because you can't really make a smash burger without a brioche bun. We could have gone with like a lower calorie protein bun, but I know it just isn't the same. So we can't, sometimes we just can't cheat on. Chop that in half as well. Then we're going to come over to the hob and oil that up with this spray oil. We will need a little bit more oil than usual because the smash burgers do create like a nice crust, which gives it that flavour. We're going to get that to about a medium heat and get the onions straight in there. Give them a nice bit of salt and pepper. Once the onions have sweated down a little bit, got a bit translucent, we can push them to the side. Get your brioche, put them face down, and let's get a nice bit of toastiness going on there. The onions are looking nice and caramelized. The buns are looking nice and toasted. Look at those. Wow. Let's get on to making the smash burgers now. When it comes to smash burgers, we want another layer of oil on there. We're gonna get said burgers. Grab one of them, pop it down. Grab yourself some baking paper and a spatula, and we're basically just gonna push that all the way down. The flatter we have this, basically the nicer it's gonna be because it'll have more surface area. The crust, want that nice crust on the bottom of the pan, which will make it go really, really nice and it'll give it a lot of flavour. We're just gonna do the exact same with the other bowl. Smash it right in. Using the baking paper just means you don't need as much oil on your spatula because it's not gonna stick. The baking paper just kind of takes the need for more oil out. So we're just gonna let that simmer there for like 1 or 2 minutes until it gets that nice crust. Literally be like 30 seconds to a minute, and this one has already got a bit of a crust on it. Let's see how it's doing. Looking good. So we're just gonna flip that bad boy over. Lovely. Okay, just before we finish with these, we're just gonna put a splash of water in. Pop 1 slice of light mature cheddar on each one, and then bang the lid on, and that should steam up nicely and melt all the cheese. There's the smash burgers done. Can we just see that? I mean, Five Guys, come on. Wow. Okay, let's bang them on there and then we can start building the burger. Now, we can't have a burger without the burger sauce. This is probably the best part of a burger, but as we know, sauce has a lot of calories that we don't know that's in there. So we're going to make one of my signature sauces that I know we all love. We're going to start with a spoonful of Greek yogurt. That's going to act as our meal. 5 grams of tomato ketchup, a tablespoon of mustard, a little bit of pickle juice, also a couple of pickles chopped with, a little bit of salt and pepper. Give that all a stir together. Now we've got our low calorie burger sauce. Now we've got everything sorted, it's time to build the ultimate burger. So, bun, burger patty number 1, burger patty number 2, tomatoes, fried onions, lid of the bun, spread that burger sauce all over it. Lid of the bun goes on, and then last but not least, this is going to make it extra Five Guysy. We're going to put all that, wrap it up in foil, nice and tight. I'm going to take it over the oven and bang that in for literally 5 minutes and let all that cheese and everything else involved just steam up and take it to the next level. And then lastly, we've got our Five Guys shake. Now these are to die for, but for this full shake, it is 800 calories. 800 calories for a drink that I'll be able to wolf down in literally 3 seconds. So we're going to make a change to that with a few ingredients. Yes, I'm going to be honest, it's not going to taste identical, but you're still going to get your shake fix. We're going to be using some almond milk, which is 1/4 of the calories of the whole milk and ice cream that they use in this one. 200 ml of that. We're going to add even more protein in by using a protein powder. 20 grams of that. 5 grams of cocoa powder. Instead of ice cream, we're going to get the ice cream element from a frozen banana. A drop of vanilla extract. Handful of ice cubes. Then we'll have to blend that bad boy up. And there's our thick chocolate shake for 1/4 of the calories. So the results are in. We've got the Five Guys stack and we've got the Betty stack. Now it's time for the ultimate taste test. We're going to compare both. We're going to talk through the calories of both and we're going to decide which one is actually the best. First of all, we've got the Five Guys burger and my dupe. Now, fair enough, Five Guys probably looks a little bit better for literal half the calories and the same amount of protein. I know which one I'm taking. This one has got 820 calories, 45 grams of protein, and this one has 400 calories, and the same 45 grams of protein. Now moving on to the fries, which is the biggest drop in calories that we've seen with my dupe. The Five Guys fries, for this amount of fries, which is a regular, there is over 1,000 calories. And the reason being is because it's deep fat fried in peanut oil, and it's then covered in a lot of salt, a lot of other things, which will make the calories stack up. Now, looking at mine, yes, we've got slightly less, but it is 200 calories. So we've literally slashed the calories down by a fifth there, a sixth. In my opinion, you're still getting the same thing. And then last but not least, our shake. We've got the Five Guys salted caramel milkshake, which comes to near enough 800 calories. And then we've got my protein shake that comes to 200 calories. So it's a moment that we've all been waiting for. Let's test both of them. So we're gonna go for mine first. Double stacked burger, loads of cheese, fried onions, my burger sauce. Have a bite. Wow. We're getting a lot of flavour from the cheese and the crust on the beef. But what I will say is the beef burger is obviously a lot more dry because it's lower fat. Let's have a taste of the Five Guys. Do you know what? It's good, but genuinely this one doesn't taste any different. The flavours are literally the exact same. This one's maybe just a little bit more moist in the meat, but it's bound to be because it's higher in fat. Next up is our fries. Now let's just get a fry on fry comparison. In my opinion, mine just looks a lot nicer. It's got a lot more seasoning on there, but let's do a taste test. Mine first. Genuinely amazing. Five Guys. They're a little bit more oily, obviously, but genuinely, like, there's not much difference at all. And then finally, the shake. It's good. It feels very light, still creamy, but it's not as thick. I mean, that one is nicer. It's bound to be nicer because it's made of ice cream, full fat milk. It's really creamy, but genuinely, I would rather have this one because it's a lot lighter on the stomach. Now, it goes without saying, ordering a takeaway is very convenient. It takes 2 seconds, it comes made, there's no washing up to do, and that's why we all do it. What I want to teach you all with fat loss is that it can literally be as easy as what I've just done there. It's taken me less than 30 minutes to whip this all together. It tastes just as good, and to be honest with you, I already had a lot of the ingredients in my cupboards already, but I just wanted to teach you how easy it is to actually lose fat and still eat all the foods that you want. A lot of you will be going on diets and eating rabbit food and eating chicken and rice, but you can literally eat exactly what I've got on the tray right here and lose fat at the same time. You don't have to just get the takeaway or eat the chicken and rice. You can blend the two and have both right here. This is not me saying that you can never ever ever have a takeaway. Go and have a takeaway every once in a while, but if you're having things like this every single week, you're going to find it extremely hard to balance that and stay in a calorie deficit. So please remember that you can still have the good things. I'm not saying that you can't, but this is how you can do it and still have the best of both worlds. So that's Five Guys done. If you like this video, we would really appreciate it if you left a thumbs up, subscribed, even comment below what you liked, what you didn't like, as it gives us a lot of feedback and also it just helps the channel grow. It helps us be able to make more videos like this, more and more and more. And if you do love a good takeaway, please let me know in the comments which takeaway you'd like me to make low calorie and higher in protein next, and I'll make sure to whip that one up. But that's it for today. Go and enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video.